Hey everybody, welcome back to KPM, and we've got a unit here that we are crazy excited about. This is something that Scag just released. It's the Turf Storm Spreader Sprayer, and I'm joined here by Mr. Gino Martin.
Hey Jesse, how are you?
Good, and you can see his shirt. He is our resident factory trained Turf Storm expert. So we're gonna go through this unit piece by piece. Today's video is gonna cover the overall machine design.
Okay, so one of the really exciting things about this product and the Turf Storm, like I said, is that the entire machine is built from the ground up from Scag. Engineered, designed, and built specifically for this application. Before we get started on the rest of the machine, and as we're talking about application, I want to show you the first feature, and that's the operator pad. On top of the operator pad being very comfortable, more importantly on the back of the pad, what we have is a chart, and this is going to help every operator to actually calibrate the unit for the specific material that they're putting down. Between this chart and the information that they're going to receive from their supplier, they're going to be capable of using this machine in any application in a very quick and easy fashion by simply pulling that off as a point of reference. The entire machine, like I said, being built from the ground up, obviously there was some concern about corrosion. So the entire frame is built from a grade 304 stainless steel, and that is going to provide us not only the rigidity, the strength that we need for the unit, it's also going to make sure we don't have corrosion issues long term. One of the other things that's really cool about being that it's a ground up build is the time that Scag took to put into the balance of this machine. Okay. So we're using very similar components to our Windstorm and to our existing V-Ride, known proven components. We have a 10cc hydraulic pump for each wheel, pushing down to a 14.5 cubic inch wheel motor. Right. We have larger drive tires, and the only thing on the frame that we really couldn't make stainless steel was the caster yoke itself. Okay. So you will notice this caster yoke is a little larger than some of our other products, also uses a little larger shaft, and you'll notice that the tires are substantially larger than maybe other products in this category, or even our V-Rider or Windstorm per se. Yeah, sure. So right now, the way we have it parked, obviously the caster wheels are pointing in the opposite direction as we went in reverse, but it's a really unique feature in this caster wheel. Okay.
I actually notice here that it's a little different than the competition. It doesn't have any type of a locking mechanism on it?
That is correct. And thank you for bringing that question, because what actually happens if we were to take an existing Scag frame and have built the product on that frame, we too would have to offer a locking caster. This machine, because it was built from the ground up and allowed with a hydraulic drive system, Scag was able to figure out the perfect balance and control so that the operator did not need the locking casters to be able to hold a straight line on a hill. And that's what really separates this frame and balance from all of the competition. You're going to notice some other unique features about this machine. Can't necessarily get you a picture of it, but there is actually a stainless steel muffler as well. And you might ask why? Well, obviously, with any type of machine like this, we're going to have corrosion. It's not something that can be overcome. But by putting a material that's not going to be affected by that corrosion, the stainless steel muffler, that's something that they're not going to have to fool with over time. It also comes with a 50 amp charging system on the alternator, and this is going to be important as you add additional features, or if we were to upgrade the pump, which we'll talk about later. Most other competition brands, you're going to have to upgrade the alternator as well. This unit's already set up to take any of the attachments that can be added. Cool. The other thing you're going to notice right on the front of the machine is actually, down here underneath the spreader, is actually an access panel.
Okay, and let's see if I can see that. What's so great about that?
So what's great about that, Jesse, is we could not acknowledge the situation, but everybody is going to have the same challenge when it comes to the governor spring on the engine. And the guys that are out here, professionals in the field, they are already aware that this is going to happen. So to make the spring work properly, it has to be of a material that's going to be affected by corrosion. Okay. So we know for a fact that through the lifespan of the machine, this is going to have to be changed. The important part is not that it needs to be changed. The important part is how easy is it to change it. And rather than having to pull the engine or try to make myself small, I have an access panel, 2 bolts. I have the panel off and I can quickly and easily change the governor spring, clean the carburetor, and access basically the fuel side of the engine.
And that spring is something that you could even do if it broke in the field.
Absolutely. This could literally be changed in the field, whereas the competitors are not going to be in that same situation.
So I think, you know, when we start to talk about Scag machines overall, but especially this machine, when we talk about a ground up redesign, what we get is these little features. They seem small, but these little features, tweaks, that make this a better experience for the purchaser and the person who actually has to use it.
Absolutely, Jesse. And just to summarize the last couple of features, the fuel tank is right here to the left of the operator. It's easy not only to fill, it's easy to watch your fuel gauge. Obviously, we have the see-through tank so we can see that. And as we look at the overall machine, we talked about the balance, we talked about the drive wheels, the larger caster wheels. We actually have better ground clearance than almost every other machine out there.
There's more space underneath?
More space underneath. All of these things are going to really go into support the next part of the video, which is going to go into the operator controls, going to go into the spreader and the sprayer, then as 3 separate functions, and we look forward to seeing you back for that.
Thanks for joining us.